Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Allan Eyden, and you've just been watching the first session of Winchester's Fall Town Meeting here on WinCAM at the Winchester High School. So let's recap what we have seen in this first session here. We had 10 articles on the consent agenda, and those are basically articles that there is no debate anticipated on and can be voted on all at once. Those consent agenda items were unanimously passed. We did hear in the introduction that there were numerous new town employee hires, and we paid some tribute to some of the notables who had passed, including Whip Saltmarsh. As is traditional, the first article is reports from the different town committees. We heard from Chair of the Select Board, Richard Mucci, saying that it's been a very busy construction season here in town and appreciates the town's patience with that, the residents' patience with that. He said the Cross Street project will end this fall, and in next July, the south side of the train station should open, and followed by the north side in the fall. The Lake Street Bridge project should be done by the end of November. The Select Board's been working on affordable housing projects, and the financial plans have been focusing on the town's capital needs. He did comment that delays in capital projects only increase with increasing construction costs. Town Manager Beth Rudolph again commented on a lot of new staff in town. She said that several line items in the budget came in under budget, that free cash is at $20 million and has been trending upwards. And the town manager's office is working on long-term capital plans. The chair of the finance committee commented about the turnover in the committee, but did praise the expertise and skills of the members. He said it's the duty of the finance committee to advise the town meeting, and the goals of the finance committee are a balanced budget, maintaining the town's AAA bond rating, improving the financial forecasts, and increasing the investments in capital projects. We keep hearing capital, capital, capital. School committee report says the school committee their aim is to nurture a love of learning and the emotional support of the Winchester students. Currently, there are 3,409 students enrolled in the Winchester kindergarten through 12th grade, and that is trending upwards. The committee is wondering how many will come from the River Street and Cambridge Street apartments once they begin to be occupied. They said the new Lynch School, will be a net zero energy building, and praised the successful move of the Lynch students to the temporary swing space in the Parkhurst School. From Chris Nixon from the Educational Facilities Building and Planning Committee, it commented on the Parkhurst swing space and said that the ADA work on that building was completed, so it's completely handicapped accessible. There were 14 modular classrooms installed there, and the total cost to prepare it for the Lynch students was about $6 million. He showed the Lynch School layout on the sites and some shots of the projected interiors. He said the project to replace the Lynch School is out to bid, and they hope to award the contract on December 4th, with the contractor taking possession of the site in December. He said there are also some issues here at the high school with some areas that were built in 1970. He commented the great news, and his term was that the school funding from the state for Lynch was increased by $2.6 million, again to reflect the increasing construction costs. And the school committee intends to go for a replacement of the Morocco School in 2028. The report of the planning board said there's a new town planner on board, that their goal is a 2030 master plan for North Main Street, implemented for North Main Street. And their main focus right now is the requirement by the state that communities served by the MPTA, as Winchester is, come up with zoning plans to allow multi-unit housing within a certain radius of these train stations. That plan will be presented by the planning board next spring. But he said there is a November 21st meeting at the Jenks Center the planning board is soliciting public input at that meeting. And again, the planning board is looking to increase affordable housing. After the recess, we heard an introduction from Jim Johnson, the chairman of the Capital Planning Committee. He said the committee took input from many parties, but the needs far exceed the available funds. There are vehicle replacements, playground improvements, and building repairs. The report was accepted by the town meeting. Article 6 was the next one up, and that was $930,000 for improvements to the Leonard and McDonald fields, feeling that these were underserved areas of the town. The select board presented pictures of the needs at these two fields, and a fourth grader spoke on the conditions at the Leonard Field and voiced support for the article. And evidently it was effective because it was unanimously passed. That was Article 6. Town meeting went back to Article 5, which was 20 capital planning requests for the town. And the town meeting passed the first 7 of them. That was library and town hall roof repairs for $865,000. Ambrose Roof Engineering for $80,000, McCall Roof repairs for $240,000, repairs to the DPW storage garage for $100,000, the town hall and library window replacements for $150,000, the Lincoln School chiller for $150,000, and a $50,000 evaluation of the bell tower at Town Hall. At that point, it was decided, because there were people waiting to speak, to move to motion number 16, which was $75,000 for an engineering study of the Packer Ellis tennis courts on Palmer Street. And we heard from several residents about how important those historic courts are, including the Historical Commission. And in the end, town meeting voted $75,000 to do an engineering study of those courts. The rest of the capital planning motions will be taken up this Thursday night when the town meeting resumes. And we will be back here with our coverage of Winchester's fall town meeting this Thursday night at 6:30. We invite you to join us then. And for all of us here at WinCAM, I'm Allan Eyden. Have a great night.